All right, so we're gonna go over how to beat the compiler, or how to get to the compiler basically in the new PvE mode. It's very simple. You do 3 vaults and then do the DNA sample, yada yada yada, and then you get to the compiler. But there's that. So let's show you guys the run here. I don't have any audio. It's just from a stream. You'll hear my voice twice if I did. Basically, in the very beginning of the run, you're gonna get 2 different keys. Either you're gonna get cryo 1 or cryo 2. Obviously, the easier one is cryo 1. Cryo 1, all you need to do is get 5 batteries and then get to the vault and open it up. Cryo 2, you need get the cryo pod and some batteries as well. So the best way to really do this is just farm batteries. Get enough clearance to exit the area, and then just split up your team and just find batteries. They did a big change here. When you use the scan, you'll be able to scan, and then you can ping the battery on the map, and you'll be able to see it when you're running around and find batteries more quickly. The way the scan works, the higher the security clearance level you have, the bigger the radius is. So if you have security clearance 3, you'll be pretty huge. If you have 1, it'll be pretty small. So you want to get the clearance up to at least 3 to make this a bit smoother. But this will also go a lot faster if you have the upgrades from the armory of having the credentials already. So credentials for Vault 5 or Vault 4, or even skipping Vault 6, Secret Labs, right? But you do need to have at least anti, so make sure you find anti. You need a lot of batteries to pick up a lot, at least 20 batteries. And you need maybe at least 2 cryopods in the run. And so that's pretty much it. You just need to farm batteries, a lot of batteries here and there. And that's pretty much it. So we're gonna go ahead and run towards Vault 1, but you'll see that we're just gonna be farming a bunch of stuff. So what I like to do is I go to control and I run onto the top area. I'm looking for security tags and batteries. You should be able to hear batteries nearby, or when you get close enough, the battery symbol should pop up on your screen. So just make sure you pay attention to that. You can see there's a scanner right here. We're only level 1, so it's gonna be a very small scan, which might not scan anything, but you'll be now we're level 2. So if I scan again, it'll be a much bigger radius, right? So what I do now is I usually just jump down, and we're gonna rotate in a circle basically. So now we see a battery over here, and we're gonna go through these table rooms, and these tables usually has a lot of batteries, a lot of security tags, and that's pretty much the strat basically. So we run around the whole bottom floor, go into the movie theater, go around, and then if you don't find anything else, then now we're gonna go inside the wings, use the scanner, find the batteries, and rinse and repeat as fast as possible basically. And even if somebody has 5 batteries already, there's no point doing the vaults early on. You just want to stockpile as much as you can. As long as you have everything already prepped, you just run through it all, and then just head towards it, right? It makes it a lot faster basically. So prep the cryopods, pick up 2. You can head to steerage. Steerage has the door up here. So in steerage, it's going to be in this corner right over here. And there's 2 ways to get there. You can get there by either heading from down here and you go up, or you can head from outside control, and you're gonna go down the path into here, or is it over here? I don't know, somewhere there. I must have this drawing right here. But basically, it's pretty much it's just here, right? If you have clearance 3, you can open that door and it will have a filled cryopod or filled egg. So you can skip the process of going down and filling the egg with a battery. But usually if you want to fill the egg, you head to control. It's the fastest spot down the middle area under the panopticon. You put a battery in and you can fill the eggs up. At least have 2 in your inventory, but if you really need to have a quick filled egg, just head over to steerage in that corner. On 2nd floor, you can just get one filled up already at the clearance 3. Okay, so now still looking for batteries, and we're gonna open up Vault 1 here. So as simple, Vault's very simple to do. This one needs 5 batteries. Of course, the person who has the key that picked it up at the beginning has to open it up. So of course, make sure the person who has a key is around and ready to go. So Once you put the 5 batteries in, you can go ahead and put the key in. Ads will spawn. For Vault 1 and 2, there's only 3 panels. One on the left, one on the right, and one on the bottom. Right, so as long as you memorize those spots, there's no reason to memorize the icon. It's always the same icon. There's only 3 panels in Vault 1 and Vault 2 because they're the easiest vaults, right? There's no actual difficulty with them. It's just making sure you're going to the right spots, basically. So Vault 1, Vault 2, just they're all in the same spots. One on the left, one on the right, top right, and then there is that, basically. Up the stairs on the very right side, and then the last one is next to the exit or the entrance to the vault. And now, like I said, you can get 2 vault keys or 2 different vault keys. It's either gonna be Vault 5 or Vault 3. Vault 5 is the easier one, of course, the faster one. But once you have the upgrades for credentials, then you can just go ahead and not need to kill the warden for that. So I don't just ignore everything. Or if I need some meds, I'll pick up some meds in here. But you don't need to pick up anything. Pick up ammo if you need, or pick up cores if you need. Either or, up to you. But like in another video, I don't pick up the data vault data. I ignore that until the very end of the run. You don't need it to hold it on for the entire thing. So there's that. All right. So since of all the prep we did, we spent like 10 minutes buying batteries. We are ready to go straight to Vault 5. We have the cryo filled. We have the batteries already. All we need to do is just go ahead and head over to Vault 5. Vault 5 is one of the easier ones to get to in terms of just locations. It's just the very left corner of the map, a giant long hallway, basically. So we just go ahead straight to Vault 5 as our team, picking up all the batteries. And all that good stuff. So we just run straight down and we do the exact same thing. The batteries in, put the cryopod in, and then we are good to go, basically. As I have the credentials, because I have the upgrade, we don't need to do the boss. So once you have credentials, you stand in front of here. It scans the person with credentials. It removes it. You see on the right side, credentials removed. Then once that's scanned, the person with the key then opens it up. So I have the key, open it up. And right now we're shooting the colonist credentials, which is the drone that flies around Vault 5. This is because there's a chance when we do finish Vault 5 here, we might get either Vault 6 key or Vault 4 key. To do compiler, the fastest, in my opinion, is Vault 4, but Vault 6 has its perks to it, of course. To getting there faster, because you're clearing up there already and you're putting batteries to clear the antivirus. So, and you need to clear the antivirus for Vault 7 technically. So, I mean, it does save time already doing that, but the DNA sample takes a bit of time to do. So I don't know. Up to you to what you think is faster, but I think Vault 4 is pretty quick to finish if you have the credentials already, or not that, yes, but also it spawns right outside Vault 5 anyways. So there's that. Now we're gonna go ahead and head to the top. All 3 symbols have been matched. They will be random ones in this one, but it's like 5 different spots. One on the very top mid, one in mid, one at the very bottom, and one to the bottom right, basically. And that's going to be, we got File War, Cryo Archive 4. Now, what's very important in the second vault, either Vault 5 or Vault 3, it will give you 3 purple shields. So each person on the crew will have a purple shield. It's needed. It's much needed. It helps a lot in Traversal. And, if your teammate is not with you, then just pick it up and then give it to them later. You don't need, everybody doesn't need to be at the vaults, okay? Unless they need a weapon or something. But as long as somebody's doing the vault and doing everything, they can do the next part, which is right now my other teammate went to Panopticon with the colonist credentials to now input it in at the Panopticon to convert it and make it that it works for opening the vault, basically, right? So we destroyed the drone in Vault 5, and then now we're heading over to Panopticon to get the vial. When you put the vial in, it will close the room and it will spawn ads. The you gotta kill, you kill the ads to survive, but the what do you call it? There's no way to remove the barriers inside. They removed that for some reason, so you just have to wait it out. But it's not that long for wait, basically. So you gotta kill the ads if you just want to just take less damage, and then pick up the vial or the credentials, and then wait for the doors to open up. And now you're gonna head over to Vault 4. The good thing about this is Vault 4 isn't that far away from Panopticon. It's just back where we came. So this is why this route is pretty fast, because well, Vault 5 and Vault 4 are right next to each other, and Vault 4 credentials is right there. But if you have the upgrade, you can just skip this part, which saves about maybe 2 minutes, which is actually a lot, to be honest with you. Every minute counts for the compiler. So there's that. Now, heading over to Vault 4, all you need, as you can see there on the top right, we need 6 batteries and the credentials. So as long as you can read that and count how much you have, you are good to go with that. So now, here comes the fun parts. Getting to the compiler. The compiler is completely different compared to most of the vaults, except for Vault 6. A bit confusing, of course. I would briefly go over Vault 6, which would be pretty important, to be honest with you, in terms of, how to do it in this video, because it is important. But we can go over it after this, I guess, before doing the DNA sample. It'd be pretty useful, I guess, instead of just skipping it over. So Vault 4, it's pretty big in terms of that. The symbol is there, which was splat. Yeah, you gotta get used to the callouts here. If you didn't know, you gotta shoot the green button that is different in each vault in order to access the ones on the bottom floor, because they are frozen. So as long as you shoot the green button thingy, it will deactivate the frost, and then you can go ahead and touch the panels, basically. That's how that works in most of the vaults. So make sure you shoot it to get access to that. And I mean, if I didn't say it earlier in the video, but what you're doing for these vaults, you're trying to match the 3 symbols that are at the front of the room. If you get one wrong, it will reset the symbol, and it will reset every other symbol in the area. So it'll be different spots, basically. So there's that. So Vault 4 down here is the end of the bottom. Now, once you do the 3rd vault, you will get the DNA sample. But before that, let's do Vault 6 real quick. All right, so Vault 6, you have to go ahead and head over to Biostock or Preservation. You do need a crow pod, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, it tells me you need one. So once you pick up crow pod and you fill it up, it will tell you where to go. Like, the game tells you where to go for labs, which is going to be, you see that blue ping right over here. This blue ping. This stupid video, bro. Like, this is where you need to go. I can't draw on this stupid thing. This blue is red area over here is where you need to go for labs, right? And the way to enter that, there's going to be these ladders. So if depending where you're facing, if you're facing towards Biostock, right, that way, or the same way of preservation, there's going to be ladders right here and over here facing. So Biostock on the right side, preservation on the left side. There's going to be 2 ladders that goes all the way up. You climb the ladder all the way up. You need antivirus to go up there. So it's all the way, like, it's like the transition zones between the first zone when you spawn into a wing, and then the in between those 2 areas to the second part of the area, there's this ladder, big ladder. You go all the way up, and you need secure clearance 4 for this. But I feel like in this game mode, you get secure clearance pretty quickly. Like, 4 is not that bad around after 20 minutes. So you need at least clearance 4. You're going to use your antivirus. Get 3 minutes or 2 minutes antivirus, basically. And you're going to go ahead and open up the door, and you go to the back side over here, and you'll see that there's these 3 symbols. You can take a screenshot of it, write it down. It's random. The way you read it is from left to right. So the first one, top one, then the right one. That is the order you need to have when you're going to go ahead and open up Vault 6, okay? Now to open vaults, to go towards vault 6, you're gonna head over to an elevator. There's 2 elevators. It is in the rooms with the the chance for it to with one of the wardens, right? And then there's an elevator on each side basically. If you scan using the scanner, you'll reveal it on the map. You head up the elevator. You need antivirus for this. Okay, now antivirus has been nerfed since season 1. When you use antivirus buff, you only have 2 minutes of the timer, right? Okay, and so if nobody else has antivirus, what you need to do very quickly is run to the middle area. Now, I think there's a way to turn off the doors from this side. I just forget which side or how to do that. To be honest, I checked in here. So I saw somebody in here before, but I didn't see a button to interact with. So I'm not entirely sure. If someone could tell me in the comments, then go ahead. I have no idea. But to do it, it's very simple though. We're just gonna go ahead and run into the vent, which is near the door, basically. And you're gonna just go in here, or other side's a bit different, but it's always a vent next to the door. And then you're gonna slide into here, and you're gonna have three ads spawn in. Just get your knife out, knife them, so that they're not annoying. And then you're gonna just disarm the door, because it disarms the door behind you. And then what you're gonna do, be very careful here to not aggro the boss. But there is this room here. You're gonna find the one with the door in front of it, so either left side or right side. Put the 3 batteries in this little machine here. And then you're going to go ahead and deactivate the antivirus. Once you deactivate the antivirus, then your team can come in and help you out and kill the boss, right? So this helps a lot. If you don't have if 1% antivirus, then you can go ahead and just spend 1 minute and just quietly head over and put the batteries in and disable the antivirus. This is needed for Vault 7 as well, the compiler, but this is also for Vault 6. Just to make it a little bit easier. So it's not really a waste to do it if you're just, you need it for Vault 7 as well. Compiler 1. So kill the boss, as it'd be annoying. And then what you're going to be doing now is you're going to put the batteries in, and the vault door is behind the batteries. The door we're just looking at. It's right there. You're gonna put in the batteries. So for me, we need 8 batteries. So 8 batteries for Vault 6. It's a lot. Batteries. And then you're gonna go ahead and put in the crowd pod for that one. And then after that, once you put both of those in, you go ahead and do the symbols basically. So once you put the crowd pod in, you'll see that a bunch of the panels around the map will now turn on. It's like 5 of them. The order that you took a screenshot of, or whatever you had written down, you gotta put it in the correct same order. So from left to right. So mine was U, and then it was trumpet. People call it that. And then the last one was splat, I think. Now, be careful though, because you can work together to do this, but you won't do it at the same time as it's due to the delay of inputting it. So make sure people are just a bit slow about it. And once you do that, then you do the same thing again for all the vaults. Make sure you use the key on the door when I open up. And then once you do that, you have to go ahead and do the same thing you've been doing for every single vault, which is by going around all the symbols and interact with it. All right, that's pretty much it. That's Vault 6. And then now the DNA sample. Okay, so once you get the DNA sample, you need to go ahead into any of the wing areas. So right now, since we're doing Vault 4, our closest option was steerage. So we went ahead and went towards steerage, and we had to do every single area has the exact same machine. You got to go ahead and find this machine in the second part area. So this area, any area that's not the beginning area, you're gonna go ahead. The person will print the DNA sample, and you have to go ahead and just wait like a minute, and a bunch of ads will spawn in. You just gotta wait around, kill ads, and just survive basically. Eventually, until the timer runs out, and then you can just pick it up again. Make sure you pick it up again. Don't forget about it. You stay here until the cooldown is over. And in the actual corral, it'll have a timer counting down of when it finishes, but this one, the UI doesn't say that, I think. But just try to survive. Commanders will spawn, a bunch of ants will spawn, and they'll infinitely keep spawning until you pick it up, I'm pretty sure. So make sure you're on top of the cooldown or the timer there for all of that. Okay, so play it safe, try to survive, and then pick up the DNA sample once it is done, basically. So it should be done by now. I mean, timer is there, I guess, on there. So now what you're going to do now, you open your map. It's going to tell you where to go for the next area. So it's going to put you to another area, another winged area. I think this one was, we'll see here in a second here. We have to go to Revival. So Revival is the next area. It's going to be random, of course, but you're just going to map knowledge of where to go and what to do, basically. All right, so before you input it in, the sequence or the DNA blueprint will have a sequence on it. You can look at it in your inventory, or you could ping it, I'm pretty sure, if you drop it, I think. But make sure you keep track of the symbols or the code that you are given before you put it in. So I don't think you can see it when you put it in. I'm pretty sure you're just going to make sure you have the information. Of course, there's a bunch of commanders in this room, so it kind of made this a bit slower. But you can see here, you open your inventory up, you want to hover over it. And for me, it was AGTC. It's random, of course, but make sure you memorize it, or write it down somewhere, and you're going to go ahead and input it into the machine. And then these 4 panels around the map will now turn on, do in that order. So you're going to find A. For me, A is over there, and then you're going to go G, and then T, and then C. So G is the next one. Of course, similar to the panel for Vault 6, you're going to go ahead and make sure you're not doing it at the same time with other people so that you don't get the combo or the order wrong, right? So make sure you're doing it one at a time. A lot of times they're pretty tricky with the placements of each of these symbols. They are near the machine, but for this example in steerage, the T symbol is on the first floor. So the 3 symbols for A, G, and C are on the second floor, but the T symbol for this room is on the bottom floor, which is very annoying because they do that all the time. So you just gotta just make sure. And I mean, honestly, not now knowing that, you should just check a little bit further out, but they're not that far out from the machine. So you can see here, T is all the way across over here for whatever reason. It just is. And then you're gonna go ahead and head over to the last one and pick it up. Now, that right there is pretty much the hard part, or the annoying part is just doing this part. Of course, to me, it's more efficient to do solo, but having somebody else, maybe a duo with you, but and having the third person farming batteries, because the next part you're going to need at least, I would say, I think it's 11 batteries, 8 batteries for the vault door, and 3 batteries to disable the antivirus thing in the lab. So you need 11 batteries before doing this. So count the batteries you have before going up there. You need antivirus, similar to Vault 6. You need to disable the door and then put in the 8. And so we're gonna go to elevator. So you can do the same thing. You're gonna put the batteries into the antivirus disabler thing, and then you're gonna go inside the door, put in the personal DNA sample inside this machine here. This will now go ahead and break the glass, and this is where we're going to put the 8 batteries into the Vault 7 door. There is always 1 battery in that room, so if you have 7 batteries, then you can go in here if you want to. But a tick nest spawn in here, so just break them so they're not annoying and doing damage. There's always a battery here in that room. Let's make sure you have 11 batteries in total, or 10 batteries in total, as there's always 1. There's also batteries that could be found in the other rooms across as well. So that always helps out. All right, so now we do that. We're gonna go ahead and scan credentials. So the person who picked up the vial from the machine before this breaks the window, use the key, and then we'll do the run here. So if you're trying to go fast, try to ignore every single thickness. You can just heal up after you get to the top. You can see how we don't have enough time. There's not enough time to kill the compiler with this amount of time. So we obviously failed this run, but eventually we will have better credentials and better ways to run it and be faster with it once we get a dedicated party of 3 and more spawn of 9 security clearance and 9 batteries will make this so much faster, but just don't have enough time to do it, people, because it's just a time crunch on day 1. But I think we did pretty good for our first attempts at trying this with one duo and then a random person on our team for crew fail. But I mean, it's pretty fun boss if you can do it, but we just don't have the damage and the time to do it. We probably would be able to beat it if we had just a little bit more time. That's it. It's a very quick boss fight, but unfortunately, so in this room, you want to suck up on ammo, get EMP grenades, break all the tick nests so they're not annoying. You want to have somebody to open the airlock because it has animation, it takes a bit of time, but get as much ammo as you can and you're good to go. Now, I'm not gonna I can generally basically explain the compiler fight, but I'm not gonna have like the super, tips and tricks, but I know EMP is good. Like every EMP at every 4 seconds, it will stun and make the boss phase longer or boss DPS longer, and it'll stun them for not spawning orbs. Just have a lot of ammo, shoot the crit spot. And yeah, it's pretty much very simple stuff. When you first enter the room, you just have to pick 3 of the same symbols to start DPS. So, just when you walk in, just pick a symbol. Everybody has the same one, and then just keep playing together basically. And just one guy could distract the boss, and then just keep going and just don't die. I guess I don't know what else to tell you. Find 3 symbols that were the same. So we picked U. So U was on the very beginning. We have one U over here. And then we have another one that was found on the top left. It's random each time. It's not me saying that out loud. It means nothing. To be honest with you, it means absolutely nothing. So, but you do want to just distract the boss. Try not to put them in the middle of the map, but and once you get all 3 symbols, you stand inside of the green orb, and that will let you break his middle chest, and then now you start to back up to do DPS because you don't want to be next to him and the orbs will start spawning in. But you have to stand in the green orb to break the chest, shoot the middle green orb in his chest, and then DPS like normal. Of course, you don't do enough damage because, well, if we had more time, like I said, we would be able to kill it, but unfortunately, there is a final exfil in the game. It does final exfil. But yeah, so that's pretty much the game. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoy the video. That is how to get to the compiler, how to beat it. I mean, it's generic. It's there. Information's there. Unfortunately, just not enough time. So it was fun though. Fun fight. It's a fun fight. Try it out. And I know it's a pretty long video, but it goes through mostly everything, the whole run, and all the vaults that you want to do. But there you go. Enjoy all that.